Good morning and welcome to our short devotional for Black Rock Baptist Church and also Morristown Baptist Church. Well, we're into Advent and we're going to be focusing upon the Advent season and Christmas over the next number of weeks. We're going to begin this morning talking a little bit about the perfect Christmas. Do you believe there's such a thing as a perfect Christmas? I used to think that there was. And I used to believe it was up to me to create that for my family. How I ever came to that belief, I don't know. I think we tend to compare our Christmases to other people's Christmases. And ours tends to always fall a little bit short. Maybe there's not as many gifts under the tree, and our house isn't as elaborately decorated as the Griswolds down the street. We think the more we do, the more perfect Christmas will be. So we strive for perfection, and we usually end up totally exhausted in the end. We often have had unrealistic expectations of what Christmas should be. I know I have in past years. My Christmases as a child were very simple. And yet they were always filled with wonder and awe. My parents didn't have a ton of money, but they made Christmas special every year somehow. The memories of those bygone holidays are wonderful. I wonder why I thought as an adult that Christmas needed to be any different than that. The Christmases I remember the most are the ones that were far from perfect, but yet I still remember them very fondly today. For my wife and I, our very first Christmas away from home in Winnipeg was anything but perfect. We had looked forward so much to Christmas Day with our 2-year-old daughter, Stacy, but we ended up spending the whole day, all of Christmas Day, at the Winnipeg Children's Hospital, bathing our 2-year-old daughter in a tub of ice cubes, trying to get her fever down as she screamed and begged for us to stop. Then there was the year our Christmas tree ended up in the middle of the Christmas floor. The cat did it. The sound of the crashing on the floor is a sound I've never heard before and I've never heard since. It was an awful sound, but we picked up the Christmas tree, we set it back in the stand and threw away the broken ornaments, and nobody knew any different. Somehow, those memorable events continue to get mentioned every year, but now with laughter and smiles. How about you? What are some of the most memorable Christmases that you've had? When you think back, which Christmas has a funny or crazy experience attached to it that you remember vividly even today? Was your most memorable Christmas one of the ones that wasn't a perfect Christmas? I'm going to go out on a limb and guess it might be. Maybe it's time we took a look at all the little things about Christmas, look at them differently. Maybe in reality, the perfect Christmas is the one that we remember the most years later, despite its imperfections. Let's look at Christmas with fresh eyes this Advent season. Let's embrace the perfect, or the imperfect, not the perfect. Let's rejoice in the simple. May we smile at what appears to ruin Christmas and stop comparing and striving to do more than we need to do. May we realize as we do this, as our guide, that it would guide us a little closer to our families and help us to rediscover the true meaning of Christmas. After all, the heart of Christmas isn't about the stuff anyway, is it? God bless. Have a wonderful day, and until we meet again, let's continue to exchange prayers daily.